Good day, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Megan, and today we have an extensive update that could bring significant relief to millions of Americans. We'll be diving deep into Senator Bernie Sanders' recent announcement regarding 3 potential direct deposits that could soon be heading to your bank accounts if you're receiving Social Security or SSDI payments. This is a major development that you don't want to miss, so stay with us as we unpack all the details. Bernie Sanders, a name synonymous with advocating for working families, seniors, and the disabled, is back in the spotlight with a new proposal aimed at boosting financial support for those who need it most. This September, Sanders made headlines with a bold plan that could see 3 additional payments sent directly to those on Social Security and SSDI. Now let's break down what these 3 direct deposits are, how they might affect you, and why this proposal is so critical at this moment in time. We'll also look into the political landscape to see how likely it is that this plan will become a reality. First up, let's talk about the first direct deposit that Senator Sanders is proposing: a financial relief payment. The idea behind this payment is straightforward but powerful to provide immediate financial assistance to those who are feeling the pinch from rising costs of living. Over the past year, we've seen inflation reach levels that haven't been seen in decades. Everything from groceries to gas to healthcare costs more, and for millions of Americans on fixed incomes, particularly those relying on Social Security and SSDI, this has meant having to make difficult choices about what to cut from their budgets. Sanders' proposal for an additional financial relief payment is designed to help bridge that gap, providing a cushion to cover essential expenses. This first payment isn't just a one-time check, though. It's part of a broader effort to ensure that the most vulnerable in our society aren't left behind as the cost of living continues to rise. Sanders has emphasized that this payment is crucial, not just as a temporary fix but as a step toward a more sustainable solution. In a recent statement, Sanders said, "No one in this country should have to choose between buying groceries or paying for their medication. This payment is a down payment on our commitment to ensuring that every American can live with dignity." His words resonate with many who are struggling to make ends meet. And this proposed relief payment is seen as a necessary lifeline. Moving on to the second deposit in Sanders' proposal, and this one could have a lasting impact on your financial situation: a permanent increase in monthly benefits. This is perhaps the most significant part of the plan, as it addresses the ongoing inadequacy of current Social Security and SSDI payments. Social Security was established in 1935 as a safety net for retirees and those unable to work due to disability. Over the years, however, the amount of money provided by these benefits has not kept pace with the actual costs that recipients face. In fact, studies show that many seniors and disabled individuals live below the poverty line, even with these benefits. Sanders has long argued that the benefits need a significant boost, and this proposal includes exactly that: a substantial, permanent increase to Social Security and SSDI payments. How much could these benefits increase? While the exact figures are still being debated, Sanders has suggested an increase that would bring benefits in line with what's needed to cover essential expenses. For many, this could mean hundreds of extra dollars each month, money that could go towards paying rent, buying groceries, or covering medical costs. In advocating for this increase, Sanders stated, "We live in the wealthiest nation in the history of the world. No senior citizen or person with a disability should be forced to live in poverty, struggling to afford their basic needs. It is long past time that we increase Social Security and SSDI benefits to reflect the real cost of living." This proposed increase would not only improve the financial well-being of current recipients, but also help ensure that future generations can retire with security and dignity. It's a bold move, but one that many say is necessary to address the growing income inequality in this country. Finally, let's talk about the third deposit: a retroactive payment. This is perhaps the most complex part of Sanders' proposal, but it's also one that could bring significant relief to those who have been hardest hit by inflation this year. A retroactive payment is essentially a catch-up payment, designed to make up for months when benefits didn't increase in line with inflation. For example, if the cost of living adjustment COLA was delayed or insufficient to cover rising costs. This retroactive payment would provide the difference. In the past year, we've seen inflation outpace the COLA adjustments made to Social Security and SSDI benefits. This has left many recipients struggling, as their benefits have not stretched as far as they once did. The retroactive payment proposed by Sanders would address this shortfall, providing additional funds to cover the difference between what was received and what should have been received based on actual inflation rates. Retroactive payments are not a new concept. They've been used in the past to correct underpayments. However, Sanders' proposal is unique in its scope, potentially covering all months where inflation exceeded COLA adjustments. This could result in a significant one-time payment for many recipients, providing much-needed financial relief. Now let's talk about the big question on everyone's mind: will this actually happen? While Sanders' proposal has garnered widespread support, it's important to understand the political landscape and the challenges this proposal might face. Sanders has long been a champion of progressive causes, but turning those ideas into law often requires navigating a complex and sometimes hostile political environment. The current makeup of Congress includes both strong supporters of increasing Social Security benefits and those who are more focused on reducing government spending. This means that, while there is significant enthusiasm for the proposal, it will likely face intense debate and potential revisions before it could be passed. One encouraging sign is the level of bipartisan support that the idea of increasing Social Security benefits has received. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle recognize the financial struggles faced by seniors and disabled Americans, especially in the current economic climate. However, the size and scope of Sanders' proposal could be sticking points, particularly among those who are concerned about the impact on the federal budget. In response to these concerns, Sanders has pointed out that the wealthiest Americans and large corporations have seen their wealth increase dramatically over the past few years, and that it's time for them to pay their fair share to support programs like Social Security. This is not about handouts, Sanders said. This is about ensuring that every American can live with dignity and security after a lifetime of work. Of course, even with broad support, passing such a significant piece of legislation takes time. The proposal will need to go through multiple rounds of negotiations, committee reviews, and potential amendments before it can be put to a vote. However, many are optimistic that some form of the proposal will be passed, especially given the current focus on addressing economic inequality. While we wait to see how this proposal unfolds, there are steps you can take to stay informed and make your voice heard. Contacting your local representatives and letting them know how important this issue is to you can make a difference.